What we're gonna do in today's video is I'm gonna show you a realistic day in the life of how we structure our days as a full-time trader. Now, I remember when I was learning to trade, I used to think you need to spend hours every single day on the charts and you don't have the time to enjoy beautiful things like this. But truth be told, is the less time you spend on the charts results in you actually being able to make more money. So let's actually sit down and let me show you exactly how to structure your days, what to do, how to do it, and cut all the bullshit. So what you want to do is you want to plan out your days the night before. Don't just be waking up all willy-nilly trying to figure out what to do. Come down on your iPhone, or if you've got an Android, all right, then don't even be watching the rest of this video, right, you fucker. But come here to your phone, right, and I have an alarm set at 9 p.m. every single day that literally reminds me to go in and plan out my days, because if you don't prepare, you're preparing to fail. So all I then do is very, very simple. Is I literally just come to my notes app, all right? And I literally just plan out my next day minute by minute. Now, don't be that guy who's got a to-do list and like, oh, I've got a million things to do. What you need to figure out is, of course, what do you have to do, but organize it in terms of priority. So if you know, for example, you haven't journaled your trades from last week, or you haven't even marked up your charts yet, or haven't worked on your fundamental analysis, blah, 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 whatever you haven't done, which is your number one priority, make sure you attack that first. Because so many people, they'll wake up and do some mad, long, extravagant morning routine, and they're wondering what have they actually got done. So why you wanna have that alarm set every day is because look, we're humans and we're probably gonna forget. So it's good to build the habit by creating a pattern interrupting a trigger. So have that alarm so it can remind you every single day to plan out your day. It sounds really simple, but that's all success is. It's just the simple actions repeated over a long period of time. And look, I literally plan out my days. Come take a look. Like all the way down to the minute. So for example, you're gonna see what we do today and the exact time schedule of everything, but I want you to pay attention to the timings. I'm not just saying, oh, these random things. I'm literally scheduling how long, for example, I'm gonna be in the bathroom for, how long I'm gonna spend, drinking some water and just relaxing, how long I'm gonna spend opening the charts, how long I'm gonna record this video for. Like, you gotta be very precise with your time, because again, if you're not planning, you're planning to fail. So once I've kind of done all like the basic stuff and got ready in the morning and always listen to my audiobook in the background to reprogram that subconscious mind, now it's time to get straight to work, right? I ain't got time to fuck about and have some 4-hour meditation session like a dickhead, right? I'm getting straight to the charts and seeing what open positions I'm in. Camera lady. So for example, this is one position of a USD JPY as a 1 to 14. Obviously this morning I did see it start to enter a little distribution and it has come to one of my key levels. So I'm making sure that my partial profits did close obviously throughout the night. Because obviously for me, when I'm sleeping, that's like kind of like the back end of New York session. So I just want to make sure by the morning my positions have been closed, so I'm not obviously just leaving profit on the table. Now realistically after that, like I'm not doing anything else chart related, because for me right now it's still Asian session. My favorite time of the day to trade is either London to catch that higher low of the day, or New York Stock Exchange open to get those manipulations and continuations. And that doesn't happen till, New York's not till 8 p.m. New York Stock Exchange is not till 9:30 p.m. So we still got 12 hours. So right now it's time to lose this belly, get to the gym and have a nice little workout, man. So make sure you are taking that time to plan it out the night before, because if you're waking up all willy-nilly, not having a clue what you're doing, your time is just gonna go like that. And by all of a sudden, it's gonna be 10, 11 o'clock and you're like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? So just make sure you are actually spending a little bit of time to plan out your day, your night before, because proper performance always prevents poor results. So you can see we've already planned out the entire day, down to the minutes, down to the hours. So let's get cracking. So I'm a big believer of efficiency. So what I like to do is whilst I'm getting ready in the morning, taking a shower, all that good stuff, I always like to have audiobooks in the background, because my subconscious mind is always gonna be absorbing this information. It's your environment. Who you're surrounding yourself with, what you're listening to, what you're exposing yourself to is so important. That's why I make it a habit to go to some of these beautiful places like this, not just to flex and say, hey, look at me and look how big my is, just because it's your environment, it's raising your standards. And also, speaking of environment, I've got a special guest for you guys to hear from. So I want to introduce you guys to one of my good friends, Mr. Banks. What's going on, my bro?
My guy, what's good?
So can you tell him a little bit about, because obviously you're a big help of mine, you're a big mentor of mine, and if it wasn't for you, I don't know where I'd be in life.
Appreciate that.
So tell him a little bit more about how you kind of structure your days and how you've done that to get where you are.
How I do my structure is, one, wake up, pretty much, of course, praise God for getting me up today. But besides that, I basically start off my whole week, like, executing everything when it comes to business from 9 p.m. to 12 p.m. after 12 p.m., I understand that my business reflects on social media. So of course I have to go out and get content, things like that. So even being here, you know, he was like, yo, let's do the gym today. After the gym, we're gonna come back, we're gonna eat, we're gonna shower, let's work at the house a little bit, get content, and then let's go out and get some more work done. You know, so honestly, as an entrepreneur, it's not like a set system, you know, it just revolves around your business. You can have a new opportunity come tomorrow, and now you got to reevaluate how your life is currently going. So it always changes, bro. You feel me? The flow always switches up. But right now, I'm back in that mode where, you know, I'm not sleeping too much. You know, is it healthy? Is what he asked me. You know, it's healthy when we get a little bit more wealthy. You feel me? But now, right now, I'm just going through, you know, the grind. You feel me? But time management is probably the most important thing that got me from being a 9-to-5 employee mindset thinking type of person to thinking like an investor. You know, so the time is actually more valuable than the money once you get more time.
So with your time on a day-to-day basis, do you just kind of go with the flow, or do you know what you're doing when you're doing it?
Yeah, so man, I don't go out to parties, I don't go to the clubs. I'm really home all day. I got a puppy, you know, so if I'm gone too long, she's gonna destroy my stuff. So honestly, yeah, I don't want to say I kind of go with a flow, but I got my normal routine, you feel me? And honestly, I'm a homebody, so I love my home, I love my space, I love my computers, I love my monitors. So if I can be there all day, I would, you know, but if I can bring my monitors to a beautiful home like this, then, you know, that's the things that we do, you know, once a month, and we come out here and, you know, we work as entrepreneurs, get a little view, get a little vibe, and then we get back to work on Monday.
That's it. Well, speaking of that, I appreciate you, my bro.
Alrighty.
Let's get back to work.
Today's Monday, right?
That's it.
That's crazy. Let's get it.
Take care. Yes, boys and girls, just got to CoFit in Koh Samui, Thailand. You know, usually I go to Success Gym, but the place we're staying at today, yeah, it's a little bit further. So obviously time efficiency had to get here. Normally, I've got the headphones in, personal development playing in the gym. So I can't be listening to music because our bank account ain't full. So there's one problem. Forgot my personal, I forgot my headphones, but is what it is, still gonna get it done regardless, no excuses. Just when I'm obviously driving back, I've got to do that extra PD to make up for obviously what we missed out on. But again, it happens, move. So yeah, I'm gonna smash this workout and I'm gonna see you lot after. Yes, boys, so obviously just finished up with the gym. Just gone and picked up some £5 for all this chicken and rice, bro. Like, come look in the bag, look in the bag. You got all that chicken, you got all the rice. Bro, this thing smells so good. I can't wait to dive into this. If you're not pre-planning your days, the time can get behind you. You don't know what you're doing. And it's so easy just to kind of fall off track and be part of someone else's plan. Like, you see all these people, you know, for example, doing all this stuff and people are hitting you up like, man, come here, go here, let's do this. But if you don't have that plan and that agenda for yourself, you're gonna be part of their plan. So plan your days, make sure you're prepared. Obviously, we're gonna go back, shower up, and then normally what I like to do next is educate myself whilst I eat. So for example, like if there's a course I've brought or a mentorship recording I've got, I would go back, rewatch it and just spend time learning and expanding my mind whilst I'm eating. I usually like to do that for an hour just to kind of study. Obviously I've checked the charts, it's still quite early in the day. Obviously London session's not even gonna start for a few hours, so we've still got plenty of time. And after that, we'll actually start getting some trading related stuff. So. Boys, so just literally sitting by the pool right now. Just showered up after the gym. Literally got a little one-to-one session. One of my students, he's in the waiting room right now. So yeah, I'm gonna smash this out, help him out, and then we'll get into like the charts, the fundamentals, and take it from there. And it's gonna obviously get on the markets now. London session's just opened. It is only Tuesday, but typically the first thing I do before I even get to the charts, I do my fundamental analysis. Too many of you are trying to do technical analysis and say, oh, the market's bullish, without actually having a fundamental reason for why the markets would go up. Why would investors actually want to accumulate this currency or this asset? Build that narrative around it so you can now be trading from a more factual point of mind rather than just random ambiguous trend lines. Like, ask yourself this. Do you really think institutions who are trading billions and trillions of dollars are buying and selling based on lines? Come on now. So yeah, let's get through some fundamental analysis. Obviously, usually the first thing I do is I check Forex Factory, which everyone obviously does, but it's not coming from a fundamental analysis place of, oh, there's a red folder news on Wednesday, so I'm gonna avoid trading. Like, not all red folders are weighted equally. What I like to do is firstly understand the narrative and understanding basically the macroeconomic trends. In short, it basically just understands, is the economy going from like a expansive state or a contractive state? And understanding what the central banks are doing based on the data that they're releasing, such as inflation data, CPI data, PCE data, interest rates, their monetary policy. This will help you build the bias before you go to the charts. And a lot of it just kind of gets compounded, if I'm being honest with you, because obviously I've been doing this now full time for over 5 years. All of this stuff I'm doing on a day-to-day basis, so it's not like I sit down and just do one long analysis. It's all just been building and building and building and building. So as, for example, new data comes out, like for example, what we saw last Friday was the Fed continue to cut their interest rates. And we know that that's basically a sign of what we call quantitative easing, which I know sounds like a really mad word, but all that means is the Fed is now stimulating the economy. So risk assets, cryptocurrencies, the stock market will continue to obviously appreciate in value. And also Trump coming into office, that's extremely bullish for risk assets as well. So it's just about building that narrative. So when I'm looking, for example, on Forex Factory this week, what's obviously the date of today, right? It's Tuesday, the 12th of November. For me, there's no real crazy news coming out. We've got US dollar inflation news coming out tomorrow. Obviously, look, you've got the previous data, which is saying, obviously, I don't think you guys can see it. The previous data was 2.4 and forecast is 2.6. I literally do not care about forecast because who's forecasting the data? Just some random geezer sitting in the office. So the forecast doesn't matter. What you want to pay attention to is the previous data compared to the actual data. So for me this week, right, as long as we see inflation continue on that downtrend, it makes sense for interest rates to continue on their downtrend as well, and that will be bullish on our risk assets as well. So especially on our US-based indices, we can keep buying them up higher. So obviously I was telling you guys earlier about the importance of environment and who you surround yourself with. And obviously we know the main topic of this video is scheduling our days. So my bro, do you want to introduce yourself, let them know about yourself and kind of how you structure your days to get where you are?
For sure. My name is Young CEO, my legal name Key. Some of you may know me on Instagram as IM.YoungCEO. But me, I do really a lot of different things on the online space. I've been learning how to make money online since I was 14. I'm definitely, this is something that if you watch my content, you know that I speak on, I'm not gonna say quite often, but I definitely have touched on it multiple times. But in all honesty, is developing a structure. And that's why, even if I don't talk about it that much, you'll see things like, for example, me and my daily tasks. Like, let's say you see one of my screens on my computer in my background, it has Notion on it. Like, I use Notion on a day-to-day basis to basically be able to structure and see all my tasks. Like, for me, personally, one of the biggest things that kind of stopped me from elevating was essentially not being disciplined, not being structured. So, basically, only doing things when I feel like doing, not being able to track any progress, not being able to see it all mapped out. When I first started developing my Notion structure and just getting all my stuff written down, it was like, there is no way I was managing all this stuff accurately in my head alone. I always got up, and then for one, I put myself through pain first because it allows me to already put my body in the point where you're doing what I tell you to do, not what you tell me to do. So it's that's why for a long period of time, no matter how I felt, I made sure when I got up, I did at least the minimum of what I had to do, what I set for myself, just to the point basically where I felt pain to the point where it's pushing past at least a little bit of my pain point where my mindset is in a different place. So it wasn't even for my body, on some real, it wasn't for my body at all. Cause I wasn't doing any high intensity workouts. It was mainly just for pain, cause doing something that's uncomfortable to discipline, you feel me? That's it.
Of course, 100%, man. And that's it. A lot of the times, especially in the market, especially in any sort of business, you're not gonna wanna feel like doing it. This morning I woke up, I wanted to stay in bed, bro. I didn't get a lot of sleep, but we've got shit to do and we've got goals to achieve, man. So, bro, I appreciate that, man. You guys can get a lot of value from that. Sir. Where can they find you?
I am YoungCEO on Instagram and Mr. Young CEO on TikTok. So, yeah, y'all tap in. You feel me? You can get a lot of me soon.
What's good, my bro?
What up, my brother?
What's happening? So, can you let them know a little bit about yourself and obviously how you use your health and fitness to really maximize your productivity?
Yeah, man, my name is Woke Dev on all social media. I talk a lot about health and just eating the right things and just making the right decisions, because everything starts off with you and what you decide to do. So as we all know, a lot of food in America is poison because, they have red 40, yellow 6, they have BHT, they have all types of crazy things inside the food that makes your mind kind of cloggy. That's why, waking up at a certain time and eating a certain thing. I don't even eat cereal. I don't eat whole milk, drink whole milk. Having a bowl of cereal is crazy because you're really just giving your body a whole bunch of sugar first thing in the morning and fat. So that's why your mind is clogged throughout the day, because, bro, you just ate a whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of sugar and fat. So it makes sense. So with that being said, it's start making better decisions when it comes down to what you eat, what you do. It's not even just about food. It's also about your daily tasks. Okay, cool. I'm gonna start structuring how I plan out my day and what I do, and make sure that what I do is gearing towards your future. Because if you talking about making a bunch of money and getting more fit, why are you in the club drinking all the time? You feel me? But if you actually take the time and write down your habits and see, okay, what do I eat every single day? What can cut out that? Or what do I do that's unhealthy every single, where do I go? Who do I associate with? Because it's also about who you around. You know what I'm saying? Going back to the fruit analogy, it's kind of like if you put a rotten fruit inside of a basket full of clean fruit, it's going to mold's going to spill over and now everything's rotten. So if you surround yourself around unhealthy people with unhealthy habits, you're never going to look at yourself in the mirror and feel different because everybody around you is unhealthy. Now, if you get around healthy people and you're unhealthy, you're going to be like, dang, this person works out every day. This person drinks, you know what I'm saying, organic smoothies. This person actually monitors what they're doing and who they're around. Maybe I got to start, you know what I'm saying, adjusting myself because I realize I'm not doing what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? So start associating around healthy people, start making healthier choices, and that's going to overall affect your habits and make you more productive and make you more money.
That's what it's about, making more money, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Man. Yeah,
and again, one more time, where can they find you?
At Woke Dev on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. Oh my damn, I'm down here. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Woke Dev. We going crazy. My boy going crazy too. So if you watching this and you have not subscribed, I don't know why, because he dropping crazy facts and information. So tune into that.
That's it, man.
So
sheesh.
Yeah.
So now for me, it's time to get on the charts and focus on my technical analysis. Like when you collect data and you start to study, you find the best times of day you perform. For me, my highest win rate is New York Stock Exchange Open. So for me, and that's quite late in the evening for me, that's 9 p.m. So I don't sit on the charts all day long. Because if I'm on the charts, for example, from London Open, 2 p.m. my time, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? That's all those hours on the charts. And you know how the markets work. They're designed to suck you in and make you place trades by playing on your emotions. So one of the easiest ways to stop getting sucked in is obviously work on your psychology, or just remove yourself from the charts and spend less time on the charts. Because a lot of you're sitting on the charts for 8, 9, 10 hours a day and just wasting your time. Whereas you can actually be productive, either maybe working on other businesses, working on your health, or even just sharpening your saw in terms of fundamental analysis or journaling or back testing, but you're not trading all day long. Like a lot of you have got it twisted where you think because you come from this 9 to 5 mindset where the more you do, the more you get paid, you think that the more I trade, the more I make. That's not, there's no correlation. This is leverage, not effort. You can trade for 10 minutes and make a yearly wage, or trade for 10 hours and lose a yearly wage. So make sure that the time you're spending on the markets is actually effective and efficient. You know exactly what you're doing and you're setting alerts, right? For me right now, like on USD/JPY, if you come and take a look, right? I'm obviously in this trade from earlier, right? But I'm waiting for the market to come and give you a continuation during New York because of session intentions. So all I'm gonna do is set my alert at this zone, and I'm not gonna stare at the chart until it hits that alert. And once it hits my alert, now I can look at the chart and now I can see if it meets my confirmations to take my trade. So obviously that's it. You just saw the technical analysis, the whole market outlook we did for the squad. Now it's just a case of basically waiting for the market to come down to those alerts. I've still got about an hour and 20 minutes before the New York Stock Exchange Open. So I'm not really need to be on the charts right now. So my plan is to go grab some food, eat dinner, get back on the charts for New York Stock Exchange Open. If my alerts go off, if they don't go off, I've really got no business to be on the charts because they're not in my POIs. And apart from, and then from there, I'm just gonna go out with some of my friends. We're gonna go get a little bit of drink, have a little bit of fun. Just because you also need to schedule in some downtime. Like, even though you schedule out your days and grind and grind and grind and do that and you lock in, like, we also have to schedule in downtime to let our hair down and make it all worth it. Because if not, you're just gonna be completely burnt out, just get depressed and just, you know, not have fun with your life. Because at the end of the day, why do we work hard? To enjoy it, do what we want, where we want, with who we want. So yeah, I'm gonna go, like I said, do that. And yeah, I'll catch up with you guys soon. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to go down to the comment section, let me know one thing you liked, one thing you learned, and what you wanna see next, man. Obviously, we've got so much more content coming. And if you are looking for that extra support, either in the Master Coin Mentorship, where we have a one-to-one program, or you wanna join our community where we go live 3 times a week, go down to the description, apply, or you can always contact me on Instagram for a faster response. So that being said, I'm gonna see you all at the top, from the top, because the bottom's too crowded, man. Sheesh.